Rouse, we're here at Winterton after today's 4-1 away win. Give us your thoughts on that convincing win in the end.
I thought it was a good performance, First half, we talked about having good control and making sure we were having good possession and being in control of the game. And I thought Winterton started well, put us under a bit of pressure, and it were up to us to try and regain control a bit. And what happens when you score goals is that changes games. We've seen it against us, we've seen it for us, and two really good goals. Obviously Bailey getting on the follow-up from Adam, a good move, and gets himself in there where he can hurt teams. And then the second one's a really good team goal. We move it out the other side, 2 or 3 passes, move it out the other side. Louis makes the run in behind and cuts it across in a really good front post run by Bailey and puts it away. And I thought, without really probably getting into a stride and being full flowing and being really at it, we were 2-0 in front. And then towards the end of the first half, a couple of stray tackles for both teams, and we talked at half time about making sure we didn't get drawn into that, and obviously at 2-0 they'd want to make the game that way and try and make it scrappy. And the third goal just sort of kills the game as a contest really. Adam, really good play by Bailey, kills it dead in the box, sets Adam, and he does what he's done all season and puts it in the corner. And then it's just a case of making sure we're bright, making sure we're concentrating and switched on, and the game went before. And a little bit of a sloppy moment, individual error, we can deal with them. They're an honest group, they'll not make them errors on purpose. And overall a good performance, one we can build off, and one we'll look to move forward with.
A lot of positives today. Obviously you've touched on the fact that we might not have got into full stride, but arguably for large parts we weren't really endangered, barring those first 10 minutes. How pleased is it to get back into the winning run after a couple of results without a win? How pleased is that?
Yeah, listen, the week before I went up to Washington, and barring 2 real sloppy moments defensively from us, I thought we were banging control first half and really should have gone in front. And then we met the game a contest late on, and arguably should have really got something out of it late on in that contest. And then last week on a difficult pitch, we talked about that beforehand, about the way to make a point a good one is to back it up with 3 points on the next game and make sure you take the 2-point average out of the game. So it were a tough contest last week. Brighouse, are a decent side and they work hard, they're always fit, and I think taking the point there and then moving forward into this contest, making sure we take 3 and keep on the momentum of building the runs, keep the unbeaten runs going. But we've said we don't want to be a team that talks about being 5 unbeaten but 4 of them are draws. We want to turn them draws into wins. We want to turn losses into draws. And like I said, they're an honest group and they keep working hard for each other. You could almost sense that result today in training this week. I thought the players were chomping at the bit, and you've got a really good competitive squad there. Still a lot of players missing it out of it today, and that'll only make it even more competitive. But you've got players playing well, trying to keep the shirts and on the toes, so that can only be a good thing. And hopefully we can carry that performance forward and back it up again next week at home.
At the top end of the pitch, Bailey's grabbed another couple of goals today on the back of a couple of goals in previous games. He's took 2 very much strikers finishes today. How pleasing is it to see him getting that run of goals?
Yeah, really good header last week, and then obviously two well taken goals today. And I think you're starting to see now why obviously we work so hard to bring Bailey to the club. You're starting to see a player who's getting into his stride, getting the game time that he deserves to get up to full speed. And when you do that, that's the end result. He's full of confidence, he's scoring goals week in, week out, and it can only bode well for us moving forward. As we say, Adam's doing very similar. He's chipping in consistently week after week, a goal here and there, consecutive weeks. So if we've got 2 people at the top end of the pitch who are in good form and putting ball in net, it certainly lightens the load on the rest of the team. I think what you see today is we've got players that will score goals from all over, and in recent weeks that's happened, and it'll be key moving forward. If we want to be competitive, we want to be at the right end of the league table, then everyone's got to chip in, and on the same token, when we keep clean sheets at the other end, that's a team effort as well. It's about putting pressure on the ball high up the pitch, making sure we get up and the back line getting up and allowing ourselves to do that. And things are a real team effort at the minute. It's an honest, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but it's an honest group. It's a real easy group to manage. They're training well, they're playing well, and long may that continue.
We're getting into that stage of the season, headed up to Christmas, where fixtures, where we've had some that have been called off, have been rearranged. It's going to be a busy schedule. How much are you looking forward to that period?
Yeah, massively. The games, especially the one that we're off for at home, so we'll be home on a Tuesday night on that one. But we kept talking to the players about these being the months that it counts, throughout November, December, January, February, and the pitches are getting sticky and the pitches are turning up, about making sure we're dogged and we're willing to work hard. I think we drew a lot of plaudits at the first end of the season about the style of football that we're playing, the fact that we've got willing runners, that the players look fit. So through these months it'll be about doing the other side of the game, making sure we're still working hard, but making sure defensively we're a little bit dogged. And some games will be a lot closer than today's game. They'll be decided by 1 goal, so it's up to us to make sure we work hard and put them 1 goals on the right side of the fence and make sure we're moving away with 3 points.
Brilliant, well done, pal.